then I actually would highly recommend this one because it's actually the best Pac-Man game I've ever played. Welcome into the Lounge Single Players. Today we're talking about Pac-Man games that I personally think you need in your collection. I've only got two, but they're bangers, so let's get into it. Also, I've got a little treat for you guys, but you gotta stick around until the end. Okay, now let's get into it. And for the first one, we have Pac-Man World 2. Alright guys, so this is a vibrant 3D platformer, and it is the sequel to the original Pac-Man World. You go on an adventurous journey through 6 diverse worlds, each with challenges, collectibles, and surprises. And in this game, you must retrieve magical golden fruit stolen by the mischievous Ghost Gang, which has unleashed chaos upon Pac-Land. You'll navigate Pac-Man through 25 levels, utilizing his unique abilities like the rev roll to charge forward, the butt bounce to attack enemies or activate switches, and the flip kick to combat those airborne foes. Also, this game feels like the classic arcade version of Pac-Man as well, as you collect the Pac-Dots, fruits, and power pellets to gain those temporary power-ups for turning Pac-Man into metal or shrinking him to access hidden areas. And this is by far my favorite aspect of this game, and that's how they blend the classic arcade game with a more modern take on the platformer game.
Terrible, terrible news! Pac-Land is in serious danger!
But if you're not a fan of the controls for that game or just the way it moves around, then I actually would highly recommend this one because it's actually the best Pac-Man game I've ever played, and that's Pac-Man World 3. Alright guys, so this is the third in the series, obviously, but this title actually does a better job of adding even more modern action platformer elements than the second one, and the movement is not as overwhelming in this game as you can see, and my wife would absolutely agree with that. She actually got a headache from the second one with all of the motion in it, but she really enjoyed this third one. I didn't have a problem with it, but if you have a problem with motion sickness and such like that, then you might want to avoid that one. Anyways, so in this third one, you discover a sinister plot involving the villainous Irwin, who intends to harness the power of the spectral realm to wreak havoc on Pac-Land. With the help of his friends, Pac-Man embarks on a daring journey across various environments to put a stop to Irwin's plans and save his world from destruction. And while one of my favorite aspects of this game is the worlds that it takes you through, this next part is by far my favorite aspect of this game, and that's really just the gameplay itself. Again, they've incorporated the traditional mechanics like pellet consumption, and they've introduced new combat features, guys, where Pac-Man can now punch and use gadgets like the electroshock and power ribbon to defeat the enemies, adding layers of strategy to the gameplay. The platforming sequences are interspersed with puzzle-solving elements that challenge you but are still enjoyable.
Did someone say cake? Cherry meringue sugar stuffed power pellet a l'orange? You shouldn't have.
Alright, so let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you a fan of Pac-Man World 2 or the third one, or you don't care for either of them? Let me know your favorite down below, and let's head on and get into that treat that I was talking about. My wife and I started our own YouTube channel, and it's all actually around cooking, and we do cool cookbooks. Sometimes they're video game themed, sometimes they're movie and TV show. We just started off, but the first one that we did was a video on the Pac-Man pellets, and so you guys should check that out. I'm gonna head on and link it here. Another cool update, guys, is I just finished building a marketplace for us to build around, and really the idea is for us to be able to buy games and sell games, but also there's a chat section where we can share our cool finds or even collections, and just you can make friends and chat with other people here in this community. And so it's just slowly starting off. I've got a few of my games over there. You guys can check them out, and if you want to be a seller, you can obviously apply to do that. But until next time, y'all have fun playing single player games.